When it comes to saving people and stopping crime, you would at least have to look cool when you do it. Or else, what's the point, right? What's going on, Nerd Squad, and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. In the CW Flash show, Barry Allen's suits are created at Star Labs, but there are many other suits to take a look at, some from the comics. Some are flashy, some are cool looking, some have actual purposes in their suit, and some are just made of spandex just to make your body look good, which I'm all about. I'm your host for today, Taylor McWatters, and here are the top 10 most powerful Flash suits. Let's dive in. Number 10, Jay Garrick, Golden Age Flash suit. He made his first debut into comics in Flash Comics issue 1. He was the first Flash in comics, so of course we're gonna start with his look of choice. He rocks the blue pants and the red top with the lightning bolt. That's classic. But the one thing that really stands out with Jay Garrick is the winged hat, also known as Hermes' helmet, which he basically just hucks this thing and it bounces off of skulls and walls and anything with pinpoint accuracy and then returns to him. Kind of like Captain America's shield, only more badass. Don't tell Cap. And before we go on to number 9, if you guys want to go ahead and hit that like button, that would be great because they honestly help us out a lot here on the channel. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. Now back to some more flashy Flash looks. Number 9, Barry Allen's Silver Age suit. Super suits are great. They cover up your secret identity, they keep you safe, they keep your loved ones safe, but where exactly do you store a super suit without anybody else finding out your secret identity? Well, the Flash of Earth 1 and the Silver Age, Barry Allen, would store his suit inside a ring with a secret compartment. So what happens is Barry presses a button, the suit pops out, and when it's exposed to air, it expands, and then Barry can quickly suit up all in the blink of an eye. I would love a costume ring, honestly, not for like clothes or like anything, but like just for sleeping bags, because getting that bed in or out never works. I just give up, I stuff it in like I'm late for class, you know, just whatever, we'll deal with it next summer. Toss, bye. The ring itself is pretty fancy even without the suit. It's a mixture of gold and stainless steel and a special alloy that Barry himself created. Mr. Fancy Pants. So if you think you could just replace it like you would a phone case, you're horribly mistaken. Number 8, Wally West Rebirth. When Barry Allen went back in time and kicked off the whole Flashpoint event, Wally West was missing after all this mess had unfolded. So Wally was replaced, but that original version of him from before never came back. Until Rebirth. And his suit is more red than anything this time around, which I'm a fan of. The yellow is nice, but when it's just one color, I don't know, it makes me happy for some reason. I like when it's just one thing. One of the best features of this upgrade on the suit is that his hair is free to blow in the wind, which is a very important upgrade. Whenever I see a superhero wearing a helmet with like a chin strap, I can't help but kind of laugh. It doesn't look the most badass. I mean, sometimes it does, but most of the time it's like, here to fight crime. It's like, no, let's get the hair out, look cool, you know? Let it blow in the wind, be free. There's white lightning visible when he uses his powers, and it's silver when he's not. I also love how they added additional lightning bolts to the lines on the exterior of his boots. Kind of reminds me of the hover boots from Ocarina of Time. They just look like super boots, you know? Number 7, Jesse Quick. If you were pumped about the hair flowing that goes along with the crime fighting with the Rebirth Wally West, wait until you see this suit. So Jesse Quick made her first comic book debut in Justice Society of America, Volume 2, Issue 1. And she looks quite different. I mean, for starters, she's rocking the sleeveless look, but she also has a blue jacket over top of her bodysuit. Looks great, I love it. Her long hair is free to flow in the wind, and she's come equipped with goggles this time around, which we see speedsters use more than a few times. I mean, a bug going into your eye at super speed, yeah, that's a no for me. Jessie also uses her super speed to fly. I don't know, maybe it's that blue jacket, maybe it catches the wind on the perfect angle and she just... Number 6, Nightmare suit. Perhaps one of the most enticing moments of the Snyderverse happened during these nightmare sequences. So while Justice League 2 was supposed to take place during this nightmarish time, this was the future where Superman had lost Lois Lane, and he himself obtained the anti-life equation and became Darkseid's pawn, essentially. Now during these scenes, the Flash is a key piece. He's the one that warns Bruce in Batman vs Superman after his nightmare. But his suit even looks futuristic at this point. Check it out. In a recent interview with Justice League costume designer Michael Wilkinson, he goes in deeper on this futuristic suit in terms of design and purpose. So they added an outer shell casing on the Flash's regular suit to protect him even more from these incredible speeds. Now in the Justice League Snyder Cut, Barry does run back the clock at the end, but his current suit was able to keep Barry intact. But if we're talking about warning Bruce years back and maybe running the clock back years at a time, he might need some nanotech armor to help him on his cosmic travels. Number 5. Walter West, Dark Flash. He made his introduction to DC Comics back in 1999 with The Flash Volume 2, Issue 150. The Dark Flash came around to take Wally West's place after he had vanished into the Speed Force, so now this dude is in Keystone City. I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite suits to look at, I mean style-wise. The dark color takes the cake, a little more badass than Jay Garrick. No offense, Jay. He's not here, but imagine if he was, we wouldn't even see him. So this Dark Flash was actually an alternate reality version of Wally West known as Walter West. Number 4. Bart Allen Impulse Suit. I gotta mention Bart Allen on this list because we were already on the topic of that costume ring earlier. So because Bart's first costume ring where he stored this Impulse suit was a gift from Wally West, it was actually a replica of that original ring. So Bart Allen is a member of the Flash family born in the 30th century, because you know how speedsters do it, and he's the grandson of Barry Allen, but he returned to the past to continue his family's legacy. And his suit has stealth tech, so it can change its appearance by activating a button hidden on its chest. That Darkwear suit looks pretty sweet. I mean, any stealth suit gets me jazzed up. I love me a good stealth suit. It's the only suit that I use when I play Spider-Man PS4. Little fun fact for you. Number 3. Old Man Barry Allen Future Suit. During the Year 1 storyline, Barry accidentally travels through time where he meets, well, himself. This isn't a new concept for the Flash's storylines, but this version was much older and much more badass. See, this time around he lost the sleeves, which, I mean, we get it, you're cool, but it also shows that Barry doesn't need to fully protect himself with armor. He can just show some of the big guns off while he's doing his speed stuff. Number 2. Professor Zoom Reverse Flash Suit. This is where super suits can come back around and bite you in the ass. So the year was 2463. Avatar 2 has finally been released in theaters, but most importantly, a time capsule materialized out of the air, and then inside were these timeless relics from the 20th century, like Avatar 1 on Blu-ray, and a costume of course used by the Flash, mainly. So Thawne decided to amplify the super speed wave patterns that were left in the suit using 25th century tech, and alas, he now has a super suit that gives him the ability of super speed. His next step was to just change up the color design and get on his speedy way. So he took on the mantle of Professor Zoom, the fastest criminal in history, so as long as he wears this suit, he has those powers. How awesome of a gift would that be? Later versions of the character had different origins so that it wasn't just the suit that gave Thawne abilities, and we can see the powered suit version in the CW's The Flash. Check it out.
You're all dead.
And finally, number 1, the Blue Lantern suit. Yes, one of, if not the most powerful suit that the Flash has worn has to be during the Blackest Night storyline, where Barry Allen becomes a Blue Lantern of Hope. So we have the 7 colors of the spectrum, each representing a different emotion. So we got to see other characters take on the role of a lantern. So now we get to see the Flash, who's already amazing with his own powers. He gets another bling ring, but this time in the form of a Blue Lantern core ring. Now the driving force of hope is what powers up the Blue Lanterns, whereas Green Lanterns use willpower, and seeing the Flash have this, I mean, man, it was quite the spectacle, and it looks cool too. Well guys, there you have it. Those are just some of the Flash's alternate looks. My question for you guys now is, which suit would you choose if you had to pick any of these? Let us know in the comments down below. To be honest, the Dark Flash suit is still my favorite. It's so slick, and I also love how it looks while he's zooming through life at super speed. Honestly, give me Jay Garrick's helmet. I'll bounce that thing off of anybody. These lanky arms will just nail the target right off the bat. Guys, I've been your lanky host, Taylor McWatters. Thank you so much for watching Top 10 Nerd, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.